The Godfather, the greatest movie there ever was. Life unfolds with it. Let's talk about it a little bit. You're on the Terror Dome.
Turn it up, Jado.
And what's up, YouTubers? Everybody within the sound of my voice, everybody out there, out in Cyberland, in parts unknown, as they used to say in wrestling. He's from parts unknown. Everybody within the sound of my voice, everybody that's just kicking it. I know it's Wednesday, but Terror Dome is off today. I had a meeting with the boss. Bothered me a little bit, but in usual fashion, Terror Dome just do what he do, man. It's a good thing when your boss really doesn't like you. And tries to like chalk things up a little bit, and you got answers, and you can lay them back at the feet of one. Hey man, you you doing your thing. You really doing your thing. The devil is a liar. If you do things as the Bible says unto the Lord and not unto man, if you're walking in excellence, if your heart really, if you're motivated really by success and the excellence of the Lord and what he's giving you in your endeavors and what you're trying to do, and that's your real motivation, not to be nasty, not to be charged with greed, envy, sloth, all the 7 deadly sins, but you really have an affinity to glorify the Lord. You representing God, and you really just trying to do your best. I'm telling you, things will just fall into place, and they may line up against you. But as for us in this house, we will serve the Lord. We will serve the Lord, and it's funny, not funny, haha. I like a good comedy, but it's funny in the ironic sense, man, that a lot goes on. You endure and you bring it through, and man, God is good. God is good all the time. That's all I got to say on that. I'm gonna just say that like that. Coming in first, Red Jet Shell, morning, afternoon. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Please do. Y'all have been doing an excellent job. Y'all been telling friends to tell a friend. Shout out to each and every one of you. It's getting, I had goals this season to get to a certain number, and it looks like let me shout out Red Jet Shell, because she was so instrumental in all this, man. Applause for Red Jet Shell. Some air horn. Yeah, I done hit that 1,000 mark. And it's some wonderful folks. Man, thank y'all all. I've been trying to do this thing, and a couple times it felt like, God, I know you gave this to me, but I don't think this is how it's supposed to work. And when you talk to God, and he looking like you, Ninja, do you know who I am? I was like, hey, sorry about that. Whoa. Didn't know. Hey, I'm a pip. You Gladys Knight. It's cool. He'll straighten things out for you. Gravy 707. Gravy, crazy gravy. Hey, what's up, man? You're fuzzy. Am I fuzzy? I got on my nice camera. I'm trying to be cool. I can switch it on over. God is good all the time. Let me see what I got here for y'all. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Mm. Where's my camera at? Right there. I got another camera. I got two cameras. Let me see here. All right, and we're back. How's that looking? Is that cooler? Is that doper? It's the t-shirt. Ask me and ask Cole. Ask Cole's. Have you ever had people that ask you something and what's it say? And ask Cole, they ask you something and then they go and do something else. A person that asks and do the opposite of whatever you advise. You know, it's like they'll say, "Hey, which should I wear, the red tie or the blue tie?" And you say the blue tie, and they go and pull the red one. I said, "What you ask me for?" That's an ass Cole. Stop being an asshole. What's good, Gravy 707? Hey, Red Jet Shell. We got some other people. Ariel Hobson 1179. Hi, Ariel. Good to see you. Good to be with you. We are here kicking it a little bit today. We got Luke in the building. What's up, my peoples? Luke is here. Who else here? I ain't gonna play my music a little bit because they get a little temperamental once you get to a certain level of folks subscribing. They'll mess me up a little bit. So, but Terradome, hey man, I do this for the peoples. Switch back to the other camera. You are coming in a bit darker now. Am I? Oh man, y'all got me switching back and forth, but it's good. I got cameras. Shoot, let me see. I'll go back to the Ozbot camera number 3. How's that? And I got the Terradome hat on. I got Captain Niner Messi. How's it going, Red? He says, Talofa Faithful. Finally catching you live. That's me, man. I'm here. I'm off today. So I tried to get started a little later, seeing all the things that are going on and everything that's present in life. And hey, man, we get ready to get into it. I just got to get into it. Where's my stuff and share my screen as I read, as I go through cyberspace, as I talk, as I get it in, as the young kids say, sharing the screen right now. Twitter. I was checking out who is this? Up and Adams show. Everybody likes to be with Kay Adams. She's really, really popular. And Super Bowl week is here in look at me. I'm not actually there. I'm in North Carolina, but San Francisco is like my home away from home. And y'all know the deal. They're playing in Santa Clara. So Kay Adams is out there, happens to run up on one Fred Warner and then one Jed York. And the subject of the substation 0 comes up. Let's see what old Jed got something to talk about here, and I'm sharing it with you as I read. I'm sharing it, and let's get into it, shall we?
But the substation, right? Like the people are talking about injuries.
Yeah.
That's been there since 1987.
We're going there, Jed? Okay.
That's been there since 1987. Jerry Rice was there.
Yeah.
It didn't seem to affect Jerry Rice. It seems like Jerry Rice can still play today. I don't believe that's something that is a real
everyone's
issue.
being asked about it.
I am sure.
Lynch, I'm sure. Fred Warner was asked about it yesterday. Is there like due diligence being done? Have you researched it, or is it?
We'll look into it, but we've been there since 1987 next to the substation, and this is the first time that somebody has brought it up. It's not like it happened last season. Jerry Rice seemed to be pretty healthy during his career. Like all those guys seem to be pretty healthy during their career. I think we can debunk it.
It's too pragmatic, Jed.
Yeah.
This like critical thinking.
Can't do that.
Well, but then it begs the question, what do? What's the next step on it? John Lynch said it yesterday. Your amazing GM said, we have to, what did he say? We have to have a plan, like the next few steps. We have like, what are the next things to check off the list of like why this? I mean what I said, Jed. You're healthy, you're in the Super Bowl. You're not. This team specifically.
Did you say that specifically to John?
No, I didn't see John.
You should. All right.
But you know what I mean?
No,
the injuries, it's like the most frustrating. Like,
it's unbelievably frustrating, and we need to be better at it.
But what is it?
If I knew, I would wave my magic wand and I would fix it. We need to fix it. We need to make sure that we are healthy. We need to make sure that we are best able to compete. Because you said it, when we're healthy, we're in the Super Bowl.
Okay. That was your boy, Jed York, our owner, our fearless owner. Yeah. Did I mention the rise of the 49ers was on AMC? Everyone within the sound of my voice, everybody who's a real 49er fan, everybody who is the faithful, everybody, not the fakeful, but the faithful, please go back and watch this on AMC and AMC Plus. I'm probably getting ready to let go of some spoilers here. But if you notice my thumbnail, and me being the literary works that I am, I guess my stuff is over to the side right there. As y'all see over there, I got some of my favorite literary works behind me. I write. I come up with stuff. I'm always cracking a joke. I'm always in the know about, what's hot, what's not. I try to give you quintessential classics, and I get down. My favorite all-time movie is the one behind me there with Marlon Brando, right next to the brothers down in Mexico City, 1968. It is The Godfather. And if you noticed my thumbnail, I made a literary works. Now, spoiler alert again, everybody, I sure hope you saw The Godfather. Watching the rise of the 49ers, you've seen what's called the juxtaposition of one Eddie DeBartolo Jr. and one Jed York, literally working. It is the Don, Michael Corleone, and Fredo. When asked about, and I won't even gonna go here. I swear I wasn't even gonna go here. I was gonna let it just pass over and not say nothing. It is what it is. Everybody's trying to do their best. But when asked to Eddie DeBartolo Jr., what would you do if you had a 30-year drought? Eddie's answer was apropos. It was Eddie, man. Eddie said, wouldn't happen. Wouldn't happen. And I believe Eddie DeBartolo Jr., Hall of Famer Eddie DeBartolo Jr. And we'll probably get into Bob Kraft as well as Bill Belichick a little later on, but he just said it wouldn't happen. Nah. Wouldn't happen. I ain't going 30 years without no damn go Super Bowl. I ain't doing it. Moving heaven and earth. And then we come to Jed, who's been the principal in terms of ownership, in terms of running the franchise, in terms of the financial backing of the San Francisco 49ers since his sister kind of took over in 1995, 96. Eddie D could no longer be the owner and sole proprietor of the San Francisco 49ers. He ran into a little trouble, as people do. Amen. None of us is perfect. There was only but one who was, and they killed him for that. But Eddie D had to pass it on over to his sister, who passed it on over to her husband, who gave it to their young son, Jed. And here's the difference between Michael Corleone and Fredo Corleone. The family business. If you watch the stream, if you watch The Rise of the 49ers, Eddie specifically says, I wanted to make it a family atmosphere. He used the term family. My Spanish speaking friends and neighbors, La Familia, the family, the first family, our Irish folks, Kennedys, it's family. But when La Cosa Nostra and the Italians speak family, there's a structure, there's a hierarchy, there's an honor, there's a standard, there's a respect, there's a paternal code that goes into this. We will defend this family, blood in, blood out, for my African American friends. I'm diverse, man. I speak it, right? I go there. It's just quintessential for me. And if you watch The Godfather, Michael Corleone was the preferred son. He was a kind of ostracized a little bit and didn't really want to get into the family business, but through circumstances, through scenario, through situations, he was cast to be that dude. Picked up the torch from the great Don Corleone and made it happen. Eventually, it goes down to the grandkids or the nephew, still in the family, but not quite the same. He had a older brother who got passed over, but it was Fredo. And as the saga continues, please be a Godfather fan for me. He finds out Fredo betrayed the family. Fredo had a different set of standards. Fredo was a little bit more all about him. Fredo didn't adhere to the principles, the standard, and dare I say, the code that the rest of the family in the Corleone family adhered to. Let me put a bow on it. Jed, for you to be so dismissive of this, not saying that it isn't true. I want to be perfectly honest. It may not be true. Maybe the substation has zilch to do with the rash of injuries. Maybe the substation is nothing. I sure hope it isn't. But the last thing we need to do is poo-poo it. The last thing we need to do is be dismissive. The last thing we need to do is just say, well, it ain't it, and then bring up Jerry Rice, who is the greatest that ever did it. He's on the Rise of the 49ers. He and Tom Brady are just kicking it. I shared with y'all, I think it was yesterday, I shared with y'all just how incredible and wonderful it was to see my goats all time, quarterback and receiver, just sit there and talk and really get into the heart of some matters and everything, and just really walk it back. And again, shout out Tom Brady, executive producer of Rise of the 49ers. That been my dude. He right behind me. That's my guy. And not that Joe Montana wasn't, because before Tom Brady, there was Joe Montana. That was my dude. And he's still my dude. He won B to me. He won B. But nonetheless, man, it really kind of perturbed me that he was just so dismissive and just dropping Jerry Rice's name. And I counted 5 times. He just said saying Jerry Rice did, Jerry Rice was this, Jerry Rice was that. And he was. 2 things can be true at one time, but Chase Sr. put out that substation in 2014 went up in its production, in its omission of electromagnetic field, 2,000%. And what he was referencing was, hey, Jerry Rice did it. It was good back in 87. It was good in this, but it won't omitting at 2,000%. Again, I don't want to get in an argument with anybody. I don't want y'all just calling in and saying, oh, it's nothing, it's this and that. There's some different variables when you're talking about science. You understand what I mean? When we're speaking in terms of science and data, some things change. We can't just say, hey, don't worry about it. It's, it was good for us 20 years ago. It's good for you now. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. I work in emergency services for all y'all that don't know. Let me turn my mic up a little bit. Everybody hearing me clearly? And 5 by 5, I want to talk a little bit. Let me take this on out here. In, what was the year? As I take this on down, presenting to the stage. How can I take that out of there? Remove that. Go back, Eddie DeBartolo Jr. Remove it. Okay. I started working at Fort Bragg 911 in the winter of 2008. In 2008. And I had a real squared away cat, man, who had a whole yak of experience named Guy Lynch. Shout out Guy Lynch. He was a New York Giant fan, but he was my dude, man. Guy Lynch knew what he was talking about. You could trust him. Guy Lynch was showing me the ropes and everything like that. And Guy Lynch said back in 2008, when he became a supervisor and I was on par in tracking him, with everybody, man, get a rabbit when you're at work. We get a rabbit when you're trying out for a team. Get a rabbit when you're in your endeavors. And a rabbit is somebody you've identified with as, hey, he kind of got his stuff together. Let me do a little bit more like him. Let me check the blocks like they checking it. Guy said, hey, we really need to start tracking these 911 calls that drop. And the bosses and everybody just kind of poo-pooed them. Because they say, hey, people misdial all the time. But in 2009, our 911 calls that drop, we call them pocket dials, went up 300%. 300% from 2008 to 2009 and 2010. And everybody started just looking around to one another like, what the hell? Why is this happening? We didn't even have to track this thing because it was so minuscule. It didn't matter too much. It didn't. What's wrong? Steve Jobs and Apple made a drastic change going from around 2007 to 2008 and making it more affordable in 2009. What do you think that change was? Now think back. Get back in your mini Ripperton machines and go way back. Before 2007, how were these cell phones going? Do anybody remember the flip phone? Do anybody remember the BlackBerry? Remember you had to push buttons, right? What happened around 2008? Drop it in the chat if you know. If not, I'm gonna give you, it's like Jeopardy. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds and we'll talk about it. Around 2008, these phones became touchscreen, and people started putting them in their pockets, and those calls went up expeditiously. Them iPhone. Thank you, my brother. That iPhone came out with that touch screen, and people no longer had to flip it open or unfold it or hit a button on their BlackBerry. If you touch that screen on the emergency, I can't get to it right now, but on the emergency, they had a button right at the bottom of it, and you could hit 911. And what people start doing, they start just putting it in their pocket, or they were jogging, or they roll over it in bed, or whatever. And these 911 calls went crazy. We call them 911 hangups. And a lot of times people, if you dial 911 and you mistakenly did it, please just talk to the people. Just talk to the dispatcher and let them know it's okay, because we have to respond to it. Emergency code. We have to assume you're on your last breath and you hit 911 and you can't talk. We think it's a medical emergency, or God forbid you're in a shooting of some sort. You can't give away your location or something like that. We have to respond emergency. We're going to use resources to get to you. Just hitting 911 and hanging it up, we got to do something. We're liable. We got to go. But what I meant is, although the cell phone has been out for years and years, there was a change that occurred that made precipitously an increase with 911 calls being hung up. And it's not that the cell phone won't around in the, I don't know. I knew ballers and drug dealers who had it in the 90s and, early 2000s. I had one, beepers and stuff like that. Although electronic devices were around, in 2008, it became really, really prevalent, and people started picking them up. Whether it was your Samsung, whether it was your LG, I don't think LG was out there, whether it's your iPhone, it just started picking up precipitously. And this explained the increase in 911 calls, 911 hangups. For Fredo to go back and say, well, Jerry Rice, who is the greatest that ever did it, who trained like nobody else, who I use as a motif, who I know indelibly inside out. Jerry Rice is my guy. I have trained U.S. soldiers on some of the tallest hills in foreign countries with Jerry Rice in mind. 22,895 touchdowns, 1,549 receptions, 207 touchdowns. Born October 13th, 1962, Crawford, Mississippi. Mama named Eddie, daddy named Joe. I know Jerry Rice like the back of my hand. Got his book right on over there. But for him to just invoke, well, it was good for Jerry back in 87. That is dismissive. That is so Fredo. And that's the damn problem. That's the problem, Jed. That's why we can't get there. And for the faithful to subscribe to that ilk of not just giving it its due diligence, because it's got to be something. We're getting injured at a more precipitous rate than the rest of the NFL as far as soft tissue is concerned. We just simply are. And for us to just poo-poo it, it ain't cool. Now let's look at it. That substation, that ain't the same substation it was back in 87. It won't. It ain't. It was, Chase Sr. got the, I'll bring it up on my Twitter. Chase Sr. got it, man. In 87, it looked like a telephone pole and I don't know what it was. A telephone pole in a box. 2014, this thing starts omitting 2,000% more electromagnetic field. Since moving to Levi Stadium in 2014, the San Francisco 49ers have experienced a significantly higher rate of major lower extremity injuries compared to the average NFL team. And this is for all of them that say it's football. People just get hurt. No, it's this team, and then it's Baskin-Robbins, the other 31. In 2024, you're the most injured. In 2022, you're the ninth most. In 2021, you're third most. In 2020, you're the most. In 2019, you're the sixth most. In 2018, you're the fourth most. It's something a little different going on. Achilles and patella tendon tears. 49ers versus the league average. The 49ers have recorded 7 to 8 full Achilles injuries in the patella tendon tear since 2014, whereas the league average is approximately 2 to 3 per team in that time frame. Y'all understanding what I'm saying? Are we losing anybody? I sure hope you keep up, because I ain't gonna dumb it down. Context: these injuries, along with 40 hamstring and calf pulls, have contributed to the San Francisco 49ers having the most games lost to injury in the National Football League since the stadium opened. Recent examples: key injuries to linebacker Dre Greenlaw in the Super Bowl, tight end George Kittle in January 2026, Achilles, the defensive end Drake Jackson in 2024, patella tendon. Key findings on the 49er injury data. Now, again, I sure hope it ain't. I want it to be debunked. I want it to be, hey, man, it won't even that. Like preparing for a snowstorm that never really comes. That's pause, but that's what I'd like it to be. I really do. But you got to give it its due diligence, just as I thought it was the static, and it's probably a contributor. It's probably keys or pieces of a pie, meaning it's probably 20% we don't use static stretching, and I've been on with Coach Desi talking about static stretching versus dynamic stretching. We don't do static stretching anymore. When I came up and in the military, when we jumped out of planes and everything else, we use static stretching. We use what's called, and I'm going to shout out to my Army folks that's in here, extended rectangular formation. Extend to the left, march, arms downward, move. Left face, extend to the left, march, arms downward, move. Right face. From front to rear, count off 1, 2, 3, 4. Even numbers uncover. And you would just stretch. The first stretch is the hamstring stretch. The second stretch is the groin stretch. We would be lined up. And in football, you'd be lined up. The captain's up front. We get 6 rows and we do stretch it. They don't do that no more. It don't look like great movie Remember the Titans. If y'all ever seen, any of y'all seen Remember the Titans, where they line up to stretch. They don't do that no more. They do what's called dynamic stretching, where they jog a little bit and pull their leg up to their quads up to their chest, and they jog a little bit, pull the other quad up to the chest, or they do the that little thing. And it studies have shown that it's supposed to increase your performance. And that's fine and dandy, but those same studies didn't go into, are these preventing injuries? True, you're probably maximizing you're saving time stretching, and you're probably maximizing your performance, but are you preventing injuries? That's what I thought it was. Some people will say Kyle is going too hard at practice on Thursday. That's why people popping up on Thursday. But we've had other players go to other teams and say, man, they practice harder than Kyle. It could be a bevy of things, a combination of things, whatever it is, but high volume injuries since 2017, when the Kyle Shanahan era, the team has been in the top 10 for injury rates almost every season, totaling 2,000 games lost. Environmental factors discussion around this is high volume, often include the team's training methods, recovery, and potential issues with field conditions at Levi's. We need to look at that too. Staff ratings in 2025, the San Francisco 49ers training staff and facilities were rated at the bottom third of the NFL league per the National Football League Players Association. Again, I'm not saying that it's this substation exclusively and alone, but it is worth looking into our staff, giving its due diligence. If you at the bottom of something, Eddie DeBartolo would not be at the bottom of Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Do y'all understand me? If you didn't watch that AMC Plus, that AMC, and see the mindset of hey man, you got leaders and you got bosses, and sometimes they one and the same. Eddie D ain't sparing no expense. I'm trying to win this piece. I'm trying to put Super Bowls up in here. I'll fire whoever the hell I feel like firing. I'm trying to get it done. Some of us trying to just be cute. Some of us want the trappings. Some of us want the money and stuff like that. Jed York. What's the difference between Jed York and Jerry Jones? Ain't much at all. Been 30 plus years for both of them. Only thing is, Jerry Jones is a little bit more known, and he's been exclusive, and he's been doing it for a longer time, but he got rings in this 30-year drought. Jed does not. It's worth looking at, given its due diligence, and I would like an independent study, not some doctor you found on Funkin' Waggle Express or somewhere like that to tell me, Dr. Pepper is a doctor. People say, oh, we had a doctor come in and say, hey, Dr. Dre is a doctor. Hey, no, I need some scientists to come in and tell me the effects long-term, daily, on some arbitrary players, because pulling 4 or 5 hamstrings, popping tendons, popping patellas at a more precipitous rate than the average in the National Football League, it gets my goat. If you trying to win, man, there was a scene on one of the greatest TV shows there ever was, The West Wing. And in that series, I guess it's about season 5, maybe 6, they're running for re-election. And the character played by, I'm forgetting his name, he passed away recently, forgive me, but he's a political operative. And theoretically, he's playing a well-known political operative. He's talking to the chief of staff and he says, you guys have never raced yachts or never raced boats. And he said, well, what do you mean by that? What's that supposed to mean? He said, I used to race boats in college. I was relatively new to it all. And one time I saw a piece of kelp, which was drag, that little piece of kelp on the side of our boat. And I just reached in to pull that kelp and they jumped me like nobody's business. Because to reach in after that little piece of kelp adds drag, adds a second, maybe 2 seconds of drag to reach in and clear that kelp. He said, you're supposed to put something out in front of it and have it scoop and pull it out. You guys don't understand. Any little bit of a thought, any little bit of apprehension, any little bit of hesitation will cost you a second, will cost you 2 seconds, and that will cost you the race. You guys don't race boats. Some things are nothing, but everything is something when you're talking about winning, when you're talking about getting to the championship, when you're talking about crossing that threshold of wearing Super Bowl rings and hoisting Lombardis. Any little bit. I don't care if it costs you a free agent. It might have cost us 1 free agent. It might have cost you $10 million to do an independent study. I don't care what it is, but that little thing can cost you. That one thing can cost you. That one play not made can cost you. That one injury can cost you. it could cost. It could set a franchise back. That little bad unchecked mistake can cost you, and that's something that Fredo doesn't get. But Michael Corleone understood that. That's just my open soliloquy. I'm gonna open it up for y'all, man. Y'all come on and holler at your boy. I done talked about it long enough. I think I've further exacerbated my vernacular and gregariously told y'all my standpoint and what I'm hung up on. Please, by all means, man, if y'all feeling it today, come on and holler at Terror Dome at 1:15. I started at 12:30. I still got another 15-20 minutes. Y'all come on and holler at your boy. Let me holler at my peoples. Where's my music at? I ain't played my music in a minute. I want to shout y'all out, man, because y'all made it happen. We at 1,000. Lord, I ain't think I'd ever get here, Jesus. Celebrated that, and I'm gonna celebrate y'all that you here kicking it with your boy today. Let me start it out from the top. Amen. Glory to God. This is the day the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. First and foremost, Red Jet Shell coming in here telling us good morning, afternoon. Y'all like and subscribe. She also says, congratulations, Terry Dunn. You got 1,000. Thank you so much. Gravy 707 is in the building. You're fuzzy. Hey, sometimes you, hey, I've been shaving. Hey, yeah, I've been shaving. Ariel Hobson 1179. She says, hi, or he says, hi. I think it's Ariel. Beautiful to see, beautiful. Luke is in the building. What's up? Robert Cornick 7908. He says, yo, Robert, good to see you, my brother. Good to be seen and not viewed. You know, when you view, they land you to rest. Amen. Captain Niner Massey, my main man. Shout out to Cap. What are my little air horns? I got Captain Niner Massey. He's in there. Another content creator. Y'all subscribe to Captain Niner Massey. That's my dude, man. That's my dude right there. Y'all subscribe to his channel as well. We trying to put everybody down. It's all about sharing the wealth. You got some good content. If you kicking it, hit up Red Jet Shell. Hit up Captain Niner Massey. Hit up everybody within the sound of my 49ers Media is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. He says good morning and good afternoon. My main man, executive producer, CFO, Rockefeller Records, Holly on 960 TD, going back to back like Jordan in 91 to 96. You know, hey, when you hit me with that Jordan, man, I gotta. Oh boy, I gotta come out here and score. I'm gonna show out. 49ers Media, the aforementioned. Got Gravy up in here, man. And I'm just going through Papa J in that building. Mix the phone with the iPod. Hey, man. Steve Jobs had it going on, man. Hey, tell the truth, Shane the Devil. One of the greatest minds of our generation, the wonderful, the incomparable, God rest his soul, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs put the video camera, the telephone, the internet, all in one specific thing for you to carry around and have with you 24/7. Shout out to Steve Jobs, y'all. Hey, man, he did what he did, but went up exponentially, Papa J. Them 911 hangups to that touch screen. And then when that watch came out, good Lord, people was rolling over in that Steve. Like, I didn't go 911. Yes, you did, buddy. Yes, you did. B. Bob Jones, thank you for what you do, TD. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for thanking me. Somebody put, Papa J said, Palm Palace out this thing. Palm Palace. That's old school there. We really getting into it there. Bebop Jones in the building. I agree with Callie. My main man, Ty Austin. Awesome show last night. Ty Austin with my main man, Johnny Dales, man. He's got football knowledge out the yin yang. He was down there at the Super Bowl along with Wayne Breezy and Steph. Incredible content creators, man. They're going to give you, and they know them. They go out and interview the kids. They see the talent. I love what they do. I sure wish I could have took time off and went down there, but it was right in the middle of storm season. I couldn't get it. That's emergency service season there. That's like Christmas. We got to make money and make stuff happen. But man, awesome show yesterday. Awesome show. That's East Coast Red and Gold, y'all. East Coast Red and Gold with Jess and Maddie and Dana, man. It's an awesome show. William Robert 6873. Why would they have a substation by the practice field and the stadium? Really stupid. Well, I think we kind of built around it. I think it was there since the 70s, and we put the practice facility out there. We just started building it, and it wasn't that big a deal at first. But like I said, they built and built and built and built the daggone thing up. Now it's a monster. It looks like a transformer or something. Let me see. Mario Martinez, 2019 was our only healthy season, seemingly in the Kyle era. We did come up really healthy. I think it was 2019 and 2023. I think we were relatively healthy. Both times we made the Super Bowl. So you're right. Arbitrarily things happen. But you shouldn't be consistently run up. Choa Loa is in the building. Tanisha. Good morning, Terra Dome and the Golden Domers. Cruise loading tomorrow. Oh, she going on a Super Bowl cruise. Super Bowl cruise. I love that right there, man. And I'm gonna fade my music as I bring in my next guest, baby. Fading. All right, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage via vocal and not video is Niner Gang Podcast. Dion is in the building. Dion, what up?
Oh, what's going on, TD? How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I'm off today. I ain't going into work for nobody. It's raining outside. I'm supposed to go get my car inspected, but I got to the end of the month, so I ain't doing nothing.
There you go, man. There you go. I saw what you were talking about. Congrats on the 1K. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you very much.
Get there. We all trying to get to that point, so definitely keep running it up. We got TD to 1K. Let's get him to 2.
It's coming. It's coming. And ladies and gentlemen, Niner Gang Podcast. What an awesome man. What a principled man. What a clairvoyant man. If y'all want to be down with me, please jump on Niner Gang Podcast. Please subscribe to him. Bring his up too, because it is room out here for the real ones. We out here doing it. We out here telling you like a TIZ. There are a lot that borrow from us and don't want to give us credit. I watch everything, Dion. I watch everything.
Oh, yeah.
I hear some of the stuff I say in the morning coming back at me in the evening, but they don't say my name. But that's
all right. It's just like when Warner got injured. And I put a tweet out stating that basically if we made the NFC Championship game at a bare minimum, he would be back. And believe me, there's a bunch of people out there telling me I wasn't right, I wasn't this, I wasn't that. And sure enough, here come Adam Schefter and everybody reporting on it. And I'm sitting there going, I want y'all to give me my flowers because I told you so.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
It just is what it is. But I did want to ask you something because there was a move made by the 49ers and not a lot of content creators are talking about it.
Talk to me.
But Al Guido is now our CEO. Did you see that?
I hear he's a wonderful guy.
So
and sometimes, you move somebody up so you can move somebody into that position. That being the case,
so this is
obvious precedent to me would be John Lynch, and now we've created a space for a little somebody else. That's all.
yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, when I'm looking at that, what that tells me, and this has been something that's just been on my mind, and I want your thoughts on this too. I am wondering if the Yorks really care about winning. The reason being is because in the first few years of the Harbaugh era, we saw Jed York. Then he faded into the distance. Then when Kyle comes in, we saw a little bit of Jed York. Then he fades into the distance.
Oh, hold on. Let me talk about Jed for a minute. Dr. York, his dad.
Yeah.
That dude was cheap as all get up, man. Let me really be honest. I was hearing things like the players had to pay for Gatorade and stuff.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
This dude was on something different. We had the San Francisco 49er fans, man, and this is when they really showed up and showed out to me. They had rented one of those planes with the lettering behind it.
Yeah.
Fire the owner or get rid of the owner, and it was circling during the game, Dion. So
that's crazy.
So it's not as bad as Dr. York.
But what I'm saying is, so you were talking about Eddie D before I came on, and here's my thing. The problem is we don't do things like Eddie did it, and that's why we're not winning.
Yeah,
because they don't have that family atmosphere. Eddie D literally said, that he still has dinner once a month with some of the old players.
Yep.
And some of the people that used to be there. I'm pretty sure if Carmen Policy is still alive, he's still talking to Carmen. But to me, it just says we've gotten away from that atmosphere and we need to get back to it. And we can't continue to do things the way that we've been doing them because it doesn't get us anywhere. And I don't think the Yorks are fully invested in the Niners like that. So I don't know when we're going to see a Super Bowl. But for me, when I'm looking at everything as a whole, I like the Raheem Morris hire. That's fantastic because it changes the defense and it gets us away from that stale ass fucking zone. And I'm sorry for cursing, but it's just that zone defense it's old, it's outdated. They know what it is. It's easy to combat. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
I wanted to give you a lineup because this is just me. And I'm looking at the pieces we have in the building. No free agents, no one outside, none of that. So if we're going to run a 3-4, I think you're going to have to, I think you could do it this way and just hear me out.
Go ahead, brother. This for
you go Michael Williams. And if this trade doesn't go through, which I would love for it to go through, I want us to get that first round pickup and go get Max Crosby because you've been trying to find somebody opposite Bosa to make it happen. Bryce Huff ain't worked out. And, Michael tore his ACL. Let's just go get a bona fide star who stays healthy and we know he'll rush the passer no matter what. Okay. So I would say you go Crosby.
He come with a heavy price tag, but I see what you're saying.
That's okay. That's why Parag Marate is there. Let him work out the numbers. He's a numbers guy. That's what he does.
Okay.
So I would say this. You start with Crosby on one end. You put CJ West as your nose tackle because in the 3-4, that nose got to be nasty. He got to be a big boy and he has to be an immovable object to an extent. We're looking for a Vita Vea type cat.
Amen.
And not stating that CJ West is anywhere near Vita Vea. I would never put that pressure on him, but I'm just saying that's the type of guy you want. So you got Bosa there. Now, as your outside linebackers, I would go ahead and go with D. Winters and Nick Martin. And my mics, I would go Fred Warner and I'd re-sign Eric Kendricks. I think those two as a tandem and a mic would be great, even when you're running that 52, because both of those dudes will be able to cover and do different things. Because that's what, that 3-4, when we were running it, when we had Fangio, that's what it was. It was like a read and react type thing. You blitz every now and then. And, we mainly stay at 3-4 every now and then. We go to 5-2, like just switching it up. I would say for the DBs, of course, you already got Green, you already got Lenore there. Stouter's our nickel, and then you just got to figure out the safety position opposite of Mustafa. And we could probably possibly find somebody either in the draft or in free agency to be able to man that position. But I think if we start with that just as the base and keep moving, we'll be okay. But one of our number one priorities as well is finding a replacement for Trent Williams, because he ain't going to last forever. And that replacement is not on the roster. And Spencer Burford is set to be an unrestricted free agent. So that's one more person that we got to lose. I think Pleasance is going to be a free agent as well. I heard the rumors. Huh?
Pleasance did quite well when he had
he did okay. But I'm just saying, for me, I think if we did that with starting Raheem Morris out, that'd be a good nucleus to work around and start building around. But honestly, with that promotion of Al Guido, I think that Jed York is trying to step back into the shadows and let Guido be the one to be up front, kind of talking and doing all that stuff. Because I don't think they had that hunger, and they don't have that drive that Eddie had to win. Like Jed York has to look at it like, I've been to 3 Super Bowls, I haven't won not one of them. Like, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to do? I mean, hell, call your uncle, damn it. Just give him a call and say, hey, from afar, what are you seeing that's not working? What could I do better to get us over this hump? Because we've been there. I've been there 3 times, and every time I failed. And I don't understand what it is. I don't know whether it's a vendetta against you or what. But like, what do you think about that?
Man, I like that front 7. I do. Martin and Winters on the outside. I got Max Crosby on the end with Bosa, CJ West up in the middle. You got Warner and Kendricks. That sounded like music to my mind. Green, we'll get back to him. Lenore is solid. Mustafa can play box safety like nobody's business. And we're looking for that free. We've been looking for that free for 2 years. I wanted Mukaba last year, but the Eagles snatched him up, man. And he had some success. I think he got a little bit banged up. Siegel is decent. If he makes,
he's not the solution.
He's okay for a rookie, but I would really like. I'm hearing, and go with me now. I might be playing some Parcheesi here and a little bit of 3-dimensional chess, but Jalen Ramsey is up for free agency. He has converted to safety, made the Pro Bowl, and he has a relationship.
We could definitely do that. Jalen Ramsey is a safety. Yes.
My Lord Jesus.
Oh yes, that's giving me Ed Reed vibe.
I wouldn't mind one bit. I know it's got to be some acrobats in there, some gymnastics to bring him in there, but the link can be made with the relationship between him and Raheem Morris. Pinnock, I like Pinnock, man, but I know y'all, a lot of people just won't feel it. My boy Pinnock, man,
I'm good on him.
Yeah. I know, man. I know, but man, if you can get Ramsey, we need either to draft or to bring in free agent, a real free safety. There's a difference between a box guy and a free safety. Your free safety is a playmaker. He's rangy. He can cover half of the field deep. He knows instinctively. He's a center fielder in baseball. He can break on the ball. He can read eyes. He knows formations. He just does well, and he's probably the best form tackler on your team. If not him, it's your middle linebacker. But he is just an instinctive guy, and you need a Jalen Ramsey type, somebody back there. Ideally, you want Ed Reed, but Ed Reed is not walking through that door.
Yeah, no, you want Ed Reed level intelligence.
Yeah,
because Reed was the one who could figure you. He figured out people, and he gave Brady, he gave Peyton Manning, he gave them all hell. Sure. They all didn't know what was going on, and Manning will tell you like, hey man, I hated seeing that dude on the field because I knew it was going to be a problem.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what you need. We want to scare people. And on the
Yeah.
flip of the ball, I think we got to go out and get a free agent signing number one X receiver, somebody tough,
Yeah.
somebody who can throw some fear into the hearts of a secondary of a coaching staff who's going to face us. A marquee name
Yeah.
who's proven, because we're going to go to the draft. We're going to look for a guy, and we're not choosing until 27. And if you go out here get a wide receiver at 27, y'all know what Kyle do to these rookie receivers. He gonna be on the bench, man.
Yeah. I mean, we can't even. He had Jordan Watkins all that time, and then get that man not a stitch playing time.
No burn, man. He ain't gonna get no burn. You need a proven commodity to come on in here and say, "Yeah, I'm throwing that ball to T. Higgins."
Which is
Justin Jefferson,
what
somebody.
I'll give you. And I was gonna just say that name. If you don't go get Max Crosby, take that first round pick. Go get Justin Jefferson. Look, people, our first round picks have not necessarily been the best, okay? And we all know and understand that this is something that's happened in this regime, and we just got to deal with it. If you want further evidence, let me say this: the only first round pick that has been worth a dime that we have ever drafted is Nick Bosa. We drafted Brandon Ayuk, and he gave us what, 1,000-yard season, or maybe two, if that. And
one 1,000-yard season.
Yeah. One 1,000-yard season. He's barely in the double digits of touchdowns on a year in, year out basis. That's not a true X. While I understand his route running was insane, and that's great, but he's not a true X. So you got to have a dude that's double digit touchdowns, 1,000 yards every year. You want a Mike Evans type kind of guy. But with our other first round picks, you have to think about it. None of them worked out. We wasted stuff on Reuben Foster, Solomon Thomas, all of the people. I can name it, but I'm not going to go through it. But what I will say is,
ain't been good.
At a bare minimum, we need that. We need the other premier pass rusher opposite Bosa, and because Michael Williams probably ain't gonna be back till midseason, probably week 4 to 8 due to that ACL injury. And then on top of that, we need that true number one wide receiver, because we can't rely on Ricky Pearsall to even stay healthy. And outside of JJ, who's obviously going to go out there and get big money, Spot Rack said that you can't pay that man less than $23 million a year. And I know the Niners are gonna come in and try to lowball him and be like, "Hey man, it's us," and he's gonna look at y'all and be like, "Yeah, but it's me, my family, and I gotta feed them. So I gotta make a decision that's right for my pocket, while y'all make decisions right for yours. Plus, if I can get out of California, I can get away from that ridiculous state tax and the taxes in general, and be able to go elsewhere where I don't pay so much. You know what I mean?"
True that. The selling point will have to be, man, we're contending. We were right there. If we had you, man, we would be in there like swimwear on a fat girl.
Hey, look, man, I think honestly, if you put him over there in Tennessee with Robert Saleh, that gives Cam Ward a reliable option to be able to throw the ball to, and it lets those other young receivers learn and develop, along with the fact of learning that system, because of course a lot of people run Kyle's type of system, and he's that dog receiver that can show you how to block and block somebody in the next year. You know what I mean?
Money.
I think they got like 81 million or something like that.
I will go back to it time and time again. The most overlooked thing that we miss on wide receivers is toughness. We need to really consider toughness. It's not the end all be all. Obviously, he's got to run routes. Obviously, he's got to be a high catch percentage and somebody who's utilized on third down. But please get tough guys who don't mind sticking their face in the fan, guys who will block downfield, who will spring CMC, who enjoy getting it. You want a Jawan Jennings with 4.5 and below speed. That's what you're looking for. That's optimum. Hines Ward, Fitzgerald, Michael Irvin, Steve Smith, Anquan Bolden. You really looking for those guys, man. Toughness is so important. Toughness is so important. And speaking of so important, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you with the checkerboard mask. We got Red Shell, ladies and gentlemen. She landed the plane. Red Shell, Red Jet Shell, Red Jet Shell is in the building. A little bit of applause. Got the checkerboard
What's going
mask.
on, Corleone?
I love The Godfather. If you haven't seen The Godfather, first of all, do 25 push-ups and go and see The Godfather. I can't explain algebra to you if you haven't taken Math 101. It is so important, man. Watch The Godfather.
Oh, not Math 101. What's going on, y'all? Good morning, afternoon. How's everybody doing? First of all, let's start there.
We're doing fine, and I saw you had your little pink lotion on. You want your hands to look nice and refreshed. A little Lubriderm or something like that. Pause. Did you see, Reggie? Did you see Jed York on the daggone interview be like, well, Jerry Rice didn't get hurt in 87. I just felt like saying, well, Eddie D was there. We got you. You there? Did you hear me? Red Jet Show. Can everybody hear me? Did I go out? Oh, Red Jet Show went out. Okay, Silverado Kev in the building. Well, he ain't in the building. Silverado Kev is logging on there. Yo, Silverado Kev. I got Mario Martinez and Luckton DeBosa because if Arizona would have picked Kyler, that kind of fell into our lap. Sorry, y'all. I couldn't hear anything on my end. Just go out and come on back in. We here. I'm gonna be here for a few more minutes. I'm at an hour and 12. I dropped it in the chat. If y'all want to come on by and say hey to Terra Dome today, Super Bowl week. I've been doing a little bit of scouting, and I'm gonna do a show tomorrow too. I gotta be honest, man. I got my head and I got my heart. Pause. Seattle Seahawks should win this game by about 5 points. Just looking at it, just clearly from the data, clearly from the energy, clearly from the better players and the performers. 2 weeks of rest. I'm thinking Seattle, but man, I am pulling for New England. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I am so pulling for the New England Patriots. I'm trying to make a way for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make a way for New England. And Red Jet Shell, speaking of making a way, has made her way back to us with the checkerboard Jeff Spicoli mask.
What's good, friend? What's going on?
Is that a Motown T-shirt? Motown. I see. It was Dennis.
Yes.
It is Aquarius season. It is Aquarius season, and the great Dennis Edwards' birthday was yesterday. Treat her like a lady. What else he had? Final Cloud 9. Don't look any further, girl. I love the bass line. Don't look any further. Because that bass line is just so iconic.
And
everybody's used it from Rakim. I ain't no joke. I ain't no joke. Doom, doom. Paid in full. That doom, 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 doom.
Paid in full.
Just him and Saida Garrett, who sounded in the vocal register of Michael Jackson.
Thinking of a master plan.
Love.
Yes. Yeah.
Edwards, rest in peace.
And speaking of birthdays, we have a birthday coming up for you, right? There's a birthday coming up on Monday, right?
Season. I'm 6 days away from 56.
That's right. No, not even.
I'm so humble. I just try to let stuff just slide in and slide out. pause, but
slide. There you go. Yeah,
I am.
pause.
I need to celebrate the moments of my life.
Pause.
Like
Amen.
General
All the
Foods
time.
International.
All the time. So wait, so TD, I had dropped off the chat for a little bit, but I did hear you talking about Jed York and Eddie D and the whole Corleone, I guess, comparison, if you would.
Yes.
I agree with that. The documentary is amazing and kind of sad at the same time. I know. It's very ironic and kind of comical. Ironical and comical that here we are 31 years later and it's always been almost. So Eddie D saying, I wouldn't, that's all I needed to know.
Yeah.
2 words, call him. Please call
Wouldn't
him.
happen.
Please,
Wouldn't
can somebody
happen.
get on the phone and just work it out?
Eddie D says would not happen under my watch. I just can't do it. I can't. Eddie D would have kicked a Coke machine in, fired everybody, started all over again, and fired them again. Eddie D did not.
I mean,
what you love
to get
so
fired
much
on
about
a plane.
with Eddie D was the type of owner that you would have been had you owned the San Francisco 49ers. That's why he's so indelible and so lovable to you. I would have done the same thing. I would have kicked that Coke machine and broke it up. I would have fired a man. I would have just been like, you better get your super girl. Kill you here. Don't you let me lose the daggone thing. He was just that dude.
You know what gets me? Yeah.
What gets you, baby?
Yeah.
But Jet, I gotta keep reminding myself that Eddie D ain't walking through that door, and people are different. People aren't driven the same way, or it's not that they don't want to win. It's just y'all would hint. It's like the crying child, the petulant child at Walmart.
Oh, this man
I would have at 30 years old, Terradome would have handled that different than you just trying to coddle and saying, Timmy, we talked about this in the car. We talked about this. Stop it. Meanwhile, Timmy is knocking down displays and stuff like that. People, it's different now. It's a different age. Things are done different. I get it. So I don't want to be that guy just saying, well, if Eddie D was here, it'd be different. No crap. It would be different if I was 20. I would try out for this 49ers, but we got what we got. But man, when I see mistakes made, when I see you off the beaten path, I gotta stop and say, hey, Jed, don't dismiss anything here. You're short. You're short 2 Super Bowls. You should have had. You were the better team in both of those losses. Top to bottom, we went. I would go side by side and say, yeah, while Patrick Mahomes is better here and this guy's better here, you got more players, you got better performance, you got this, you got that. You should win this one. Like I'm saying with Seattle, you should come away with a victory here. And when it escapes you 2 times, bruh, and some would say 3, but with those Ravens that year, they had our number, man. They had our number. We just
you know what, TD,
we were down 28-3 or something, 28-6 or something like that.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
It was what it was. That's what happened. We was down big time. And then we came back out in the half, and they ran the daggone kickoff back. you really weren't supposed to win that. You needed that break of the lights going out to get back in it. But those other ones,
Well,
hell,
TD, check
was
this out. Check this out. Man, I'm trying to tell you I'm with you, but check this out. The Ravens game, it's brother against brother. When one brother gets in the other brother's head, it's a wrap, period. So we lost that because I strongly, and I say this to this day, our hard bar was in his head. You give that ball to Frank Gore, it's number 6. Period.
Yeah.
Right? Period.
Yeah, I mean,
Then you
and,
fast forward a couple
Colin,
years, we
Colin's
get
gonna
back
go
to a
to
Super
his
Bowl,
dying grave
same
saying the same
or
thing. We
similar
lost
result.
because of that one decision. But guys, I'm telling you, when you go back and look at it, we were so down. we after they ran the kickoff back at the beginning of the second half. Go back. I think we were down as much as the not the Braves. The Falcons were down to
Falcons.
to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Patriots. We it was close. It was
Patriots.
28-6 maybe or something crazy.
Jesus Christ.
So I give a little bit of.
But that's what I mean. I agree with them. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you go back to the documentary, right, and you hear the things that Walsh was saying, we do. If you're gonna do something, do it as a team. We have one goal in mind, and that's to win the Super Bowl and to hoist the trophy. He said that. I mean, it was in all 4 parts of that documentary. And I go back and I look at every time that he lost, and it was just like, did he not just have this damn look on his face? Just that defeat is like, but you know something he said? I got to do better. He owned up to every mistake he made. We don't have that anymore, but like you said, we have what we have, and we have to deal with that. I don't like to, but if it's out of your control, you have to deal with what you can. So that's the part that really sucks. It sucks, and I agree with you. It's just, if I could control it, everybody in the chat would be some kind of an owner, a coach, a player at this point. Yeah. I hate to. I don't mean it the way I'm saying it, of course, but at the end of the day, we don't have the mentality like we did in the 80s. We just don't have it.
No.
Just don't have it. I would love to have it, and it's hard to have faith when it's always something negative or negatory, I should say. I don't mean to say it like that, but yeah, that's really what it is right now. And I want that to change. I don't see it. I don't see it changing. No.
I have to give the benefit of the doubt. I know we're honestly trying. We're trying to get this thing right. I don't think we get up. We never get up in the middle of the season and say, "Hey, let's go to the Super Bowl and lose it." All right. Nobody says that. I think we honestly want to win the Super Bowl. It's just a couple of things that you're missing every time, and it's little things like adjustments. It's these little button down things, man. It's having your best Armani suit on, but you're missing a belt loop. You're missing a buckle. You're missing a button on the top of your Oxford shirt or something. It's just that little thing. And when I see Eddie D just not Eddie D, I'm sorry, Jed York dismissing, well, it's obviously not that, Who would believe that? Dude, look into that. Don't leave no stone unturned. I don't care if we were wearing our underwear inside out. Look into that and see if that makes a difference. We're trying to take drag away here.
See, what you're saying is right, but it goes back to that how you talk about common sense, and not all sense is common. It goes right back to that, and I hate that it goes back to that, but that's the way. That's what it is. For the foreseeable future, I mean, we saw the schedule. We see our opponents. Yeah, they are. It looks like another winnable season. It always looks like it's a winnable season every year. It doesn't until we play the game, and we get caught up in this. We're going to win this. We're going to beat them. Their defense and their offense and blah blah blah. We don't have no line. We know that. We know that. Defense is damn near depleted, right? And we're starting the season without George Kittle. Keep that in mind.
Oh yeah,
I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
I see it. I
It
know
hurts.
what we're up against, but I can't go into it just thinking
Yeah.
I'm done. It's something in
that,
me
yeah.
just says hell to the no.
Agreed.
I can't accept it. I
Same.
never enter a game
Same.
or play a game or play golf, parcheesi, poker, Monopoly. I'd never go into something saying, "Oh, we ain't gonna win anyway." Hell no. When I buy lottery tickets, I'm just thinking, somebody got to win this thing, and dang it, tonight, as Prince would say, tonight I'm gonna be somebody.
I'm gonna let you finish because you are the greatest of all time.
I can't turn it off. I can't.
Oh,
I tried to turn it. I tried to throw a game. I tried to just be. Let me be pessimistic for a minute. Let me just say, oh, it's never gonna work. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Hello, that's my job. If you're going to be a pessimist, let me be the pessimist. That's my job, not your job. My job.
Before I met my wonderful wife, man, if I saw a woman, I'm getting that woman. I just am. I don't know how. It might take a little bit of time. That's mine. It's gonna be. She don't know it yet, but that's what's gonna happen. And I can't turn it off. I've tried. I literally have tried to be like, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go and be. I'm just gonna try something. When I try something, I'm trying. I ain't doing it for my health, and then I'm mad if I lose. Oh, girl. Oh, I ain't gonna get over it.
You should be.
You remember the person who you fought? Yeah, as you coming up, they said, all right, if I fight you and you win, be prepared tomorrow to meet me in the same damn spot. Cause we fight again until I win.
Just stop.
I got a screw loose. I can't help it. I'm gonna find a way to win this daggone thing. I know we've been getting out there. I was in the cavalry in the army, and hey man, I know y'all pinned down, and it's a whole bunch of damn Op 4 out there. That's opposition force, and they got more weapons and they got more people. But I'm gonna get you up out of there some kind of way. I'm on my way.
But the only problem with what you're saying is not everybody thinks the way you do, and half the people in the chat that have half a brain. That's the only caveat to what you're saying.
Yeah, and when I
find out, agree with you. We all agree with you, but it's just
when I find out you can't get on board,
people are dismissing like you're saying.
I know, Regette. When I find out you can't get on board, I'm kicking your ass off because I can't win with Mike Singletary said. Can't win with him. Can't do it. Remember he kicked Vernon Davis off the field? Winners. I won winners. I can't win with them. You out here messing. Can't do it.
Win.
And Jed, if you out here just being dismissive and it's good enough to just make the Super Bowl, Jed, pack your little stuff up in your little Charlie Brown lunchbox and get the hell off my team.
This man said the Charlie Brown lunchbox. Damn, that's the muffins.
Look
But
at the Regal
again,
Eagle said,
like
that's
I said
what you
before,
telling
and
them,
I think
but
Dion's
we know the truth. Hey, Regal Eagle, I know the
there
truth
it
too.
is.
And you took that ass whooping up in Philadelphia, didn't you? Hey,
I didn't say
if we gonna tell it, if we gonna tell it, let's tell it. You know, we weren't supposed to beat the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly, but hey, we came on up there and did some things. You were the better team. All 5 positions, skill positions were better. You had a healthier team. 21 out of 22 of your starters was there. But damn it, I'm gonna line this thing up, and I'm coming for what I need. That's just how I get there.
The thing that I always
shout out to DeAndre is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. AM Terra 33. What's up, man? Yeah, a good old fashion one too. Hose into damn paddle. Yeah, and that's what you do. And y'all probably will come out there next year and be mad and whoop me.
take it out on us. Mm-hmm.
But you know, I gotta take that whooping. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna say, next time I see him, I'm gonna bring a stick and a bottle, and I'm gonna hit him in his head. That's the deal. I was awesome. The Army story though. Yeah, man. Hey, man, they've been outgunned, outmanned. We had to do some operations sometimes, man, and they was out there, bruh. They was out there. You could see them on the back then it was called Photo T. Photo T gave you a snapshot. This is back in the 90s. You could see the the enemy around the perimeter of what our guys had. And hey, fellas, I know it's looking bad. Just hang in there and make every shot count. I got Kiowa Warriors. I got Apaches. I got some stuff coming to you. Just hold out. And hey, you get it done. You make it happen. You're going to have casualties along the way, but don't stop fighting. Don't stop fighting. Just don't stop fighting.
TV, question for you, sir. Question for you.
Speak on it.
Quick question for you.
Go ahead, boo.
What do you think if we're comparing, I hate doing this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. If we're comparing the past to the present, what needs to change? What needs to change other than dismissing, right? What needs to really change? A question mark. Because I know you have a very insightful answer for this. That's why I wanted to ask you, what needs to change?
Move the facility first. Get away from the damn substation. Go back to static stretching.
Go with that.
Before and after practice, and just let me see if our injuries improve. Can we at least get to 10th, 15th? It's just let me get an average. Let me be the average hurt team for once in my life. Let me just see. Let me see. Fire the guys who are hockey guys trying to stretch football players. That's not a good idea.
This man said hockey guys.
Get rid of the hockey dudes.
This man said hockey guys.
These dudes is used to work with people who skate. We don't skate here. Skate is a bad thing in football. When I say a guy is on skates, that means you done pushed his ass down the field. Why y'all got hockey people? Damn. Go and find the best. And this is the Eddie D principle. I will find the best I can to yield the best result I can. And if that SOB can't do it, I'm gonna fire his ass. This is It's business. It's Six Sigma principle: define, measure, analyze, improve, control. That's it. And sometimes it don't work.
Okay.
When they went back to
Question.
when the AMZ special, they hired a guy named what's that guy named Thomas. They hired him to be the GM back in '77. This MF went out and got OJ. OJ was 175 years old. This is before he killed everybody, y'all. But but this is OJ. OJ was 192 years old.
He did.
I spoke to OJ when he came out there. I said, OJ, how old are you? Between me and you. He said, man, I'm 217 years old.
Spencer, 217 years old.
Sometimes it don't work.
Thank you.
But if you find that it doesn't work, get rid of him and get in some new people, and let's get up the way. Joe Thomas, that was him. Joe Thomas was sorry. But Eddie D ain't know what he was doing, man. Eddie D said, hey man, I'm 30 years old. When I was 30 years old, man, I was running around here doing the butt from EU. you don't know, but learn from your mistakes and get better. You gotta grow up, dude. you can't spend the rent money on cheap hookers and bad liquor. You grow up and you wind up, man, let me buy a house, man. Let me get my credit better.
I can't with this man. I can remember I'm at work. So I can't
I was, man. Oh, shake it. Doing the butt all night long. Yeah. When I was 30 years old, I was messing up, but Eddie D bought a team.
Love it. This is what makes our fan base top notch.
Come on, I ain't the only one, man. Y'all remember? You can remember when you was a kid. Now, as Betty Rice said, some of y'all got to think back further than others. I remember the great Jay-Z said, Lord, forgive me for my brash delivery, but I remember vividly what these streets did to me. I wasn't the most mature guy. I wasn't, I didn't have it all together all my life. That's designed for like Tim Tebow and those guys. It's amazing when these guys are giving glory to God. That's why I am so crazy about a young 22, 23, 24-year-old who has understood and knows his purpose in life and where his help coming from. Man, it took me until I was 35, 36 to figure that out. So, and even my sons, DeAndre is here, Isaiah, these are really great kids who figured this thing out early, and they keep them. Dad did not have his stuff together, dude. Dad was at the club acting up. So I shout out these young men. Be real with your kids.
Okay.
I was singing I Want to Sex You Up by Color Me Bad. Yeah, you out there talking about I want to sex you up by Color Me Bad. You should have been, doing something productive. But at 30, you ain't got it all figured out. Eddie D was buying a team and he was making his mistakes. But boy, after he put it together, he said, no, well, I know that's not the way to go. This is what I'm going to do. Watch my smoke. My grandfather used to say, I got time to burn and don't want to smell the smoke. That's when you got it.
Question, sir. Question for you, my dear.
Go ahead. I got plenty
we moved
of
this substation, and I know you do. Let's ask you these questions. So we moved this substation. We move everything around. These players are still getting injured. What do you do?
Well, we know it ain't the substation.
What do you do?
Well, we eliminated that, so let's go. It's got to be your hockey guys, or you guys just don't stretch like you used to. If it's good enough for us to jump out of high performance aircraft, it's good enough for you to play football. We line up and do stretching at the beginning. Take that 15 to 20 minutes and stretch those hamstrings and stretch those calves. And the next MF to come up here with a strained calf or a pulled hamstring, it's gonna be me, you, your first line supervisor, and I'm fining you $20,000. I don't want to hear nothing. And false start if you want. False start if you want. 20,000. 20,000. Give me 20,000. I bet that'll stop some. What Regal Eagle, the drill sergeant used to say, I bet if it was some up there, you could get up on that obstacle. when that money get taken, I bet you'll get right.
Right.
Everybody was singing that song. Dudes thought they were super sexy when that came on. But that I Want to Sex You Up, man, when Nino Brown and them dropped that, I was just looking at the making of New Jack City. Mario Van Peebles and Nino and Wesley Snipes, Chris Rock, Judd Nelson, the great Ice-T. And that soundtrack was just incredible. Man, when that thing hit in 91, shoot. What, girl? New Jack Swing.
It's so crazy that 91 was. Isn't that crazy how 91 was 5 years ago? Ain't that crazy?
Hey,
35 years, TV. That's a wild work, right?
Oh, I realize it when the young guys say, man, I said, he said, who is Nino Brown? I said, oh, Lord have
mercy. Right. They have no idea who it is.
I know, man, but
I love it.
It's all, and the Bible says this, it's nothing new under the sun. Everything that you want to do has already been done. Just walk in the footprints of those who have gone before you. Do what they did and stop acting like you this new innovation tool. I've got a new way of doing things. No, you don't. We tried that about 35 years ago and it didn't work. Just do what the hell I tell you to do, boy.
Well, do what works. Stop doing what doesn't work. It's simple, right? Do what works. Stop what doesn't. And I remember saying that on the Regal Eagle podcast. Like we were kind of like talking about similarities and differences of our teams, and that was the one constant. If you stop doing what doesn't work, I'm not saying you're gonna have a perfect season, but you're not gonna make the same boneheaded ass mistakes either. Excuse my language, but that's just me.
There it is.
That's just me.
And shout out to Philly, man. Let me get him a Philly done got their ring. You know what I'm saying? Philly went, looked at what we did.
Two of them.
Philly did. Ooh, we're not gonna do that. Let's run this damn ball and sack the damn quarterback. And I believe we can do this, fellas. And they went out and did it. I can't get mad at Philly for doing that. They got a ring. They got a new shiny ring. Mine is tarnished. I got to get some what's that called? Tarnex.
Tarnished.
They used to sell that on there. You need Tarnex. Your ring is 165 years old. We can bring it back like new. No, you can't. It came in that brand bottle, Red Jet.
I remember. It's still being sold too. It's still sold.
Yes, still being sold. They said not available in stores. Act now, and you can get another bottle of Tarnex.
That's the Tarnex. Dead.
Then they got the CMB.
It's gonna be okay.
Look at your boy, man. CMB. We all we got. CMB. And then he shot him. Am I my brother's
my
keeper?
Niner fans keeper?
Yes, I
Yes,
am.
I
And then Nino shot him. Oh man, Nino was cold, man. Nino had to do what he had to
Oh
do.
man.
Hey man.
Oh.
When he told Christopher Williams, sit your 5'8" before I make change.
May
And
change.
yeah,
That's the
man.
line. You'll never
Man,
forget it.
he would have strangled
You'll
Chris.
never forget it.
He would have strangled Christopher Williams if that a man wanted. And what was even funnier was the skit that Martin did on his show, and the kids are sitting there laughing, and they didn't see New Jack City. They just like, oh, that is so funny. You don't even know where he got that from. Martin said the same thing to Cole. Yeah, they did.
Oh my god! Wow.
And the worst line ever recorded. Well, it ain't quintessential classics. It's only 2:15 now. But when Ice-T told him at the end of the fight, when he had the gun on him, he said, I want to kill you so bad. My stuff is hard. That was horrible. You never say that to another man when you're fighting. There's no excuse for saying that. That was the worst line ever. Red Jet Shell had to dip. She gave me the love sign. Red Jet had to run. She's at work with her mask on. Red Jet Shell, thank you so much for stopping in, hollering at your boy. A little applause. Red Jet Shell, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's Super Bowl week. Yeah, it's hard. I'm still analyzing a little bit, but top to bottom, I do this thing of just seeing who has the better players, who have had the more impressive victories, and by how much. And usually I come away with a winner. That's my analytical mind there. I keep on doing it, and it's still it's the Seattle Sea Chickens, but I'm trying to shake up the math and do some other things, man. But they're, top to bottom, they have a better squad. Although New England has led defensively in some quantifiable statistical categories, like points allowed. They had a lot of sacks this year, and they tackle really well. When I watch them on film, they tackle really well. But that's the defensive side of the ball. On offense, they got Diggs. They got a decent running game, some great offensive linemen, a lot of 2 first-rounders, a third-rounder. And I'll share that with y'all tomorrow. But let me do some more clips and do some more study, because we really ain't watched New England too much. I did one time when we were about to play the Colts or Atlanta, because I was interested in seeing how they stopped the Colts, how they stopped Atlanta. I think it was Atlanta or Carolina, one of the three. And Kali is here. Kali, I said in the middle of the season, and Kali, I sure hope you support me here, but I said I can see New England in the Super Bowl. Just they're playing as a team. It's like a no-name defense, and no real stars, no guys just jumping off the page. But Vrabel's just got them, just play within the structure of this defense. If you get this or that, move out, draw fire, do something a little different. They got adjustments they'll make. I'm hoping that'll, lessen the burden, but that daggone Kenneth cutback Walker, if they can't stop that cutback, boy, Kenneth Kenneth is looking for 20 yards every time he cut it back. Kenneth can start that thing, and you want to get stout at the point of attack, and you want to protect the perimeter. So you're what's called the force defender is coming downhill, and he's trying to force everything back, and it becomes a jumble at the point of the player where it was initially designed. But Kenny Cutback Walker will cut that thing back. He looks for a hole and he bends it on back around on you, and it's a big play. And they gouge you, and then from there, Matt the Cat Stafford will fake it when he got good respect of the running game by the defense. He'll fake it, pull that rock, and JSN is running a crosser. Or I seen last week, a week before last, was it last week? Week before last, they'll throw I think the guy's name was Hobo or Bobo or something. You know, when you rolling out dudes named Bobo, man, ain't nobody see Bobo coming, you know. And Cooper Kupp has always been a threat because he understands the holes in a zone, or he can look at it from a quarterback's perspective and find little nuances, crevices, and cracks in seams to allow himself to be open. And, you know, intelligence, and I go as far as say toughness too, will play a key factor in this. I'm hoping to look at some statistical data and find that Seattle is a little bit susceptible to big special teams play. Maybe New England can, you know, close up the gap there. That'd be great. That's what cost us against Indiana. You know, I'm a big Miami fan, and that block punt for a touchdown, I'm like, oh my God, that is a big special teams play, is a neutralizer. It is. But barring that, Seattle's better top to bottom, and they're gonna be there popping champagne in Levi Stadium in our home locker. It just would hurt so bad. It just would hurt so bad. Bebop Jones said the Patriots can win it. They can. If you in the game, you got a shot. David Corona, ladies and gentlemen, my main man David Corona is in the building. I think see how Scott advantage. Because they know the feel of the 49th. All right. They know I think they have an advantage. Seattle might have an advantage because they know the feel of the 49ers stadium. Is that what I like to bow? I think that's what David Corona is saying. I see you, Bebop. Me too, Corona. I ain't watching. He said, I ain't watching it though. I can't. Man, everybody watch the Super Bowl. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna talk about your favorite Super Bowl food, tailgating food. I got a doozer, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna give y'all the recipe for Nacho Mama's nachos. This is my go-to food. I'm gonna watch it at work. I'm gonna go in early and watch it at work because I'm scheduled to work Sunday anyway. We'll have a football game morning. Usually during Super Bowl, there are no 911 calls. Everybody sits down, gets food, and shuts up. When it does get bad is afterwards. There's usually a few 911 calls because guys have either lost money or gotten in fights with guys who talk junk to them because their team lost. Usually. But during the game, I promise y'all, from 6:30 to about 9:30, 10 o'clock, phones don't ring. America stops. America stops for 3.5 to 4 hours on Super Sunday. That's how important this game is. It's not like NBA Finals. NBA Finals, you got 7 of them. Oh, we ain't win this game. We lost at home. We lost 2 here. The baseball. Hey, you lost in LA. Hey, you lost in New York. Whatever, you come back, you can make up the football, man. It the most important 3.5 to 4 hours of your life all depends in this one game. America stops. It ain't like hockey, it ain't like baseball, it ain't like basketball. Everything is riding on this. So everybody gets pretty intense. He said guac is my go-to. I love good guac, good fresh, cool guac. Does guac really well. Man, I got to give it up to Chipotle. They get a bad rap because of they as a owner of a strip club would say, we done had some problems. They have had problems here and there, but they make a really good fresh guac with the red onions in there as well, and a little spicy. I'm making my famous queso dip. The queso dip is a part of the Nacho Mama's nachos. What you do is put you got the tortillas, right? The scoops are probably best. You come with the queso for your nachos. All right. And then I hit it with a slow roasted tenderloin roast beef on top of that. That's the Nacho Mama's nachos. It is incredible. It is incredible. It will be the top notch of all of your Super Bowl parties. When they smell that Mississippi pot roast, now usually with the Mississippi pot roast, you'll have potatoes in there as well as carrots. But for the Nacho Mama's nachos, we're just going to slow roast that thing for about 5-6 hours, 5 hours on high, 10 hours on low. And the meat just shreds. The meat just shreds. And you got a little bit of gravy. Use some au jus and brown gravy with ranch seasoning and a stick of butter in there, and just let her go. Let her go the whole day. That thing will pipe through and seep through under your doors. You'll try to leave it alone, but you can smell that thing throughout the whole house. If D's watching, I made it for the first time, and D, I woke up, because I go take it to work, and D's like, I already been in your nacho mama, in your pot roast. She said that thing was smelling too good. It is absolutely wonderful. And paracini peppers. It's Mississippi pot roast on top of the queso, on top of the nachos. It's called Nacho Mama's Nachos. It's really, really good. Slow cooking. Yeah, man. That crock pot is made for dudes, man. If you're a single dude or just really getting started cooking, that crock pot is designed so you can't mess it up. All you got to do is you brown your meat. You'll get a big old sirloin, and it can be tough. It can be, you ain't got to go hard with a ribeye. You ain't got to go hard with a prime rib or nothing. You can just go with a sirloin and brown it in a hot pan on all sides to include the perimeter of it. All right, you brown it with some butter and things of that nature, and just drop her in the middle of that crock pot a little bit of beef stock, some gravy, seasoning, ranch dressing, Hidden Valley ranch dressing, a stick of butter. Let her go all day. Let her go all day. And then you come with your queso dip and you serve that thing. People get a handful of chips, put it on a plate, handful of queso or a cup full of queso, and then a ladle full of the nacho, of the not the nacho, but the shredded meat, and put on top of that thing. Y'all come back and tell me if it ain't one of the greatest things you ever tasted. It is awesome. Slow cooking cabbage and onions. Oh man, when that thing busts loose and shred, and it just, you could just smell it throughout the house. It is absolutely wonderful, man. That crock pot kicks. You know what? A double snakes. Yes, it does. It does. That crock pot is made for the kid, baby. We get that. We crock pots it. We crock pots it. I'm gonna try it. Hey, get it in there. You making me hungry. I mean to make you hungry, man. Go ahead and get some lunch. Get you a little burger or something for the day. The Super Bowl Sunday. You start early. The game ain't till kickoff ain't till 6:40-ish. I think they're doing the national anthem at 6:30. It officially kicks off 6:40. So you got all day. You're gonna be up watching all the pregame shows, and they'll show all the highlights of how the Sea Chickens lost the game against the New England Patriots. We're gonna see that play 1,000 times. Should have ran beast mode. Hey, it's on you. But I want to thank everybody for coming out. I'm at 2 hours and 1 minute. Thank you, Red Jet Shell, for showing up. My boy came by. Dion came by as well. Shout out to Niner Gang Podcast, man. Follow him, as well as Regal Eagle was in here. He was just in the chat. He didn't come by, but Regal Eagle, you know where the house at, man. Pull on up and holler at your boy whenever we get together. And remember, everyone, we walk by faith and not by sight. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank y'all so much. I enjoyed every single bit of it. Talk to you soon.